Hey guys, Melly Spirit here. How y'all doing again? I wanted to give you guys an update on this since I was basically did not get the best ending last time. So I'm playing through it again, but I'm skipping some parts so we don't have to see them again. So at this point I had her, if I go back a bit, I basically, if we go back some more, there it is. I kept going here because last time I stopped. So basically she says, I opened the opportunity and I was enjoying it as much as he was. I wanted more and I was going to let him keep going. I wanted to keep going. I leaned down and kissed him again. Sam gasped against my lips but continued to kiss back. I could feel him pull on the tail of my bowl, releasing it and following his hands off from around my neck. He moved the ribbon to his pocket before gently unbuttoning the top two buttons of my blouse. Here we go again. The desire in my body drove me insane, forcing a moan to escape my lips as he ran kisses from my lips down to my exposed legs. Oh god. So I did read this part, but I'm gonna read it for you, but it makes me feel, oh god. As he began to ravish my neck and shoulders in hot kisses, I leaned my head back and let a pleasureful sigh escape my lips. Sam was ruthless in his passionate kiss on my skin. Sam didn't stop touching and kissing me, making more moans and gas rush out of my mouth into the open air. He may have been full, but he was as hot as I was. I couldn't even comprehend how much time was spent making out. I was so lost in pleasure that I didn't care. Call it sinful, but I didn't care. I loved it. His touch, his kisses, his heat. I desired to be on anything at the moment, even as he lowered his kisses down my chest to just above my bra. My heart was beating wildly in my chest. Something about Sam intrigued me immensely, but something made my heart quicken for him. It couldn't have been love, but it was too passionate to be lust. What was it? However, I began to feel dizzy, seeing the sky start to spin almost wildly. I gripped to Sam's shoulder, trying to signal him to stop, but my mind faded to black before I could let out another sound. I felt good. I didn't care, but I was blacked out. I felt warm and fuzzy in the darkness. I never knew indulging in the kind of passion would be that good. I just waited to awaken, hopefully in a good way. My eyes eventually fluttered open, adjusting to the sides around me. I felt familiar silks underneath me, letting me know that I was in my bed. I slowly sat up, stretching from the tiredness that still lingered. I felt very soft pain on my neck and shoulders, and I could feel my swollen lips pulse gently and healing. However, when I looked down at my body, I saw that my shirt had been pulled back up and rebuttoned as if nothing happened between me and Sam. Yeah, I bet I was basically limped in his arm, just saying, "Here I am, take me now." Before I turned to get out of bed, though, I spotted my ribbon on the pillow beside the one I slept on. It was tied in a nice bow with a small note attached to it. Now this is something new. I'm only going to read the new parts. I'm not going to read the whole friggin' thing again. If you want me to read the whole thing, you'll know my old choices. I'm just going to do all my new choices from this point on. So there's a little skip button. I'm going to be pressing that. I gently slipped the note from the tie and opened it to read it.
Sorry, I went a little too far.
I stared the note, letting a small grace my lips. I don't really believe that sound makes a whole lot of sense, but okay. He went too far. I enjoyed it despite the first time circumstances. It was cute, though, to imagine him thanking me for something we both did and enjoyed. I brought the note to chest, letting the memories of our meeting flood my mind. I indulged myself too, Sam. Second time around. It's like a rewind. I looked to the time out of curiosity. The large white numbers on my phone showed 5:31 p.m. Yikes! 4 hours of being knocked out and I still feel tired. It was Sunday, so I was allowed to sleep longer if I wanted to. The remainder of the night passed by, surprisingly uneventful. The boys continued to train with each other, but were kind enough to stop and make me dinner. I was glad for that. Unsurprisingly, the food was perfect, but it felt a little empty without the boys to eat with me. They most likely had already eaten, but still I felt lonely. I couldn't let it bother me. I ate and went back to my room and to study and sleep. Surprisingly, I felt good going to bed that night. I felt like I could have a peaceful sleep after the previous rough nights I had. I felt good. Okay. So this is basically not new. So we're going to hit the lovely skip. Ready? Go! We're going to stand up and walk away. No. I wasn't going to bring myself to her level. We're going to skip this too. And we're going to call him.
What the?
I'm not reading this part. I'm just going to skip this part because we all know this part. We're going to let them stay. Again, we're going to skip. Okay. Let me think on this one. We're going to click Diana. And I guess we're gonna skip. And, why the hell not? We're gonna say, oh hell no this time. You guys can see this new step. I stood up gently, pushing the boys away to face with Diana. I was furious, and she was about to feel my wrath. You are in my house. You are an intruder. You have no power here.
Oh, really? Do I have to remind you of the power I have, dear?
With a snap of her fingers, my mind suddenly locked up and I felt blank. I could see the world around me, but I lost control of my body. Great time, a fucking puppet on a fucking string again. The boys quickly reformed around me, with James gripping onto Diana's wrist in anger.
You will leave this instant.
Or what? You'll kill me? I completely dare you to.
Let me do it. I could use the workout.
Don't.
The boys looked to Damien while Diana smirked at my blank state. I wanted to fight this hold, but her power held me down.
And why not?
She wants us to kill her. If she dies, then civil war starts in the demon world.
Very good, sweetie.
What happens in the demon world doesn't concern us anymore. We live here now.
The demons will come to the human world and hunt us down before attacking each other.
The demons will come to the human world, all because of her.
You sneaky bitch.
With another snap of Diana's finger, I was released from her hold, almost buckling to my knees.
Well, will you all change your minds? I assure you, it's for the greater good.
I expected the boys to say no. Okay, so this is not a new part, so we're going to hit skip. Okay, so in this case, we are still gonna like take her on because I'm never gonna let her win.
But while we...
Skip. We're gonna say that's not true. We're gonna skip. And this is not new. You can see this and before. So, how about we go with eh? Sam nodded before he looked down at the bed, leaning over it to stare at the blanket.
I'm such an idiot. If I was stronger, you wouldn't be like this.
Sam, it's not your fault.
No, it's my fault. It's our fault. Look at you. You're in bed again, after us using our powers again, and you're a target again because of us. We never should have come.
Okay, so this part is not new, so we're gonna skip. We're gonna steal a kiss, of course. I couldn't let him leave without doing something. I quickly pulled Sam down to me, lifted my head, and gently kissed him, just like before we did that. So we're gonna skip. Okay, we're gonna barge in and set this girl straight. Because we want this heart to keep appearing, because that means Sam. And I think I went back and did this on the previous, but just in case, I'm going to read this part. I decided to be assertive and quickly step into the room, rushing down the steps to be in front of Sam. Diana and Sam looked at me in surprise as I glared daggers at Diana. Get out.
Well, well, little human. You're awfully nosy in business that doesn't concern you.
It does concern me. That's
Does
what we
it?
want.
I don't think a human would understand the importance of this affair.
You're asking him to leave to be someone he doesn't want to be. That's not going to happen.
Oh? And what makes you so sure about that?
We got to say it. You guys ready? Say it with me. I love him. Deanna stared in shock at him. Exclamation. Was it not what she expected? I didn't care what she expected. I wasn't going to lose the man I had grown to love.
You love him?
Yes, I love him. Deanna's lips twitched, the edge curling into an amusement smirk as she stared at me.
So what? A human's love isn't enough to understand the situation. A demon can never reciprocate human feeling.
To both of our surprise, however, Sam stepped forward and put an arm around me, pulling me close to his body.
I love her.
I saw the confidence Diana had shattered in her eyes as she stared at Sam in his words. I could see the struggle in her face to try and find some weakness in Sam and me, anything.
A demon love a human? Impossible.
Are you deaf? I said I love her. You don't have the brains to understand what love is. It's not just a human emotion. Demons like us can feel it too. You just have your head so far up your ass that you refuse to see it. Just like how you refuse to see that you've lost.
Deanna took a step back, physically feeling the sting of Sam's words in her chest. She had lost. I could see it in her eyes. Diana's eyes grew dull as she glared at me and Sam. It seemed almost uncharacteristic of her, yet it was something I wasn't surprised to see come from her face.
Very well. Fine. Valet.
And with that, Diana faded into the ground, into a purple pentagram, crossing her arms and almost looking upset. Sam and I were then left alone, left with the silence of the room. I finally let out the air I was unconsciously holding in my chest. Relaxing from the ordeal, Sam stepped to me and held me gently, surprising me.
You all right?
I nodded in response, unable to speak so intimidatingly. After being surprised, Sam let out a sigh, relaxing in the embrace I gently placed on my hands around him, returning the embrace slightly. I could hear Sam's heartbeat. He held me close to his arms, and I felt safe beyond words. Thank you for defending me.
There's no way I'd let her hurt the one I love.
I'm not sure if this is new right now. I looked up at Sam, surprised at what he said. He blushed, moving a strand of my hair from my face to look down at me.
I'm an asshole, yeah. Do I deserve to like you? No. I don't deserve to be holding you now. But you... I love you, okay? I love you.
I have no clue what I did, guys, but looks like I did it. I stared wide-eyed, blushing like a maniac. Was this real? No way. This couldn't be real. Was Sam confessing to me? Confessing his love for me? Sam gently caressed my cheeks, staring into my eyes. With a loving, almost hopeful expression, the warmth of his hand invited me to nuzzle into it, and I closed my eyes. This wasn't a dream. My heart was pounding to the point where I was sure Sam could hear it. Sam gently leaned in, closing his eyes. He stepped, however, remaining just a mere tortuous inches away from my lips. He wanted me to show my feelings for him. He had left himself open for me to kiss him or leave him empty. The power I had was unbelievable. So, we're gonna kiss him. I loved him and wanted to give him exactly what he wanted. I gently leaned in, letting my lips finally touch his gingerly... Does that make sense? Gingerly. Sam let out almost a surprised gasp against my lips before wrapping both of his arms around my waist. Pulling me close to him, I moved my arms up and around his neck, feeling the kiss between us deepen to a heated height. My chest was pounding, making me feel and see fireworks in my mind. Sam was everything I desired. He was the man I wanted, demon or not. It was also supernatural to fall in love with someone quickly. Maybe it was the sense of magic I was thrown into. Maybe it was Cupid playing with my heart. Either way, I found myself melting at the thought of him being with me. I found myself combing my fingers through Sam's hair, making the man hold me softly, tremble at my touch. He gently nibbled on my lower lip, asking me to deepen the kiss between us even further. I easily teased him before finally opening my mouth slightly for him. His tongue gently danced with mine his tongue gently danced with mine as one of his hands slid under my back and cradled my head. He gently leaned my body back, making me cling to him as the heat of our kisses rose higher and higher. Gently, though, Sam slowed his kisses down and pulled away, staring down at me. His eyes burned for me, wanting me to melt and buckle in his arms. I could feel myself melt already. Sam opened his mouth to speak, but as a very small blush ran along his cheeks, he was reduced to shy silence. I stared as he tried to find the words to say. In my eyes, I knew exactly what he wanted. He didn't need energy, though, right? No, he didn't need energy. No. Are you?
No,
I stared wide-eyed, feeling blush on my cheeks grow. He didn't say anything more, but I knew what words would have followed if he continued. He wanted me. Uh-oh. I'm off to get the censor out now. I was stunned. Was I that appealing to him? Was his passion really that deep for me? Sam gently nuzzled my forehead, losing the blush, and finally being able to speak.
If you don't want to, we don't have to. I mean, it's up to you.
I could feel my mind go numb and purr at the idea. A moment with an incubus. He was a demon of sex, the purest form of lust and desire. My world would rock and I would enjoy every second of it. At the same time, I was indeed inexperienced. Diana wasn't wrong when she claimed me to be innocent. Did I want to give the innocence to him, especially this early? I found myself forgetting the words yes and no. What would I say to him? I knew then what I wanted, but how to say it without breaking the moment. Okay, so yeah, this is all new right now, and I think we got it. So I did do James's story too, and I got his ending, and I was wondering, oh, I missed something with Sam, didn't I? So we're going to put Sam's part here, and we're going to put them in order like this. So I will show you Sam's whole entire picture in the picture gallery afterwards. But it's basically, these guys are similar in the response there. I found myself forgetting the words yes and no. What could I say to him? I knew then what I wanted, but how to say it without breaking the moment. We're going to say this. I couldn't believe the two words that came out of my mouth. It made the most sense to tell him yes. Now, the only reason why I say that is because it will unlock a picture. I needed him. I wanted him. Those two words must have made something in him finally break. Sam quickly wrapped his arms around me, and all of a sudden, I felt wind breeze past me. As the world zipped by, I gripped to Sam despite it only lasting mere seconds. When the world relaxed, I was in my bedroom on my bed with Sam above me. He was red in the face, but he had a look of determination that was quickly fading. I stared as Sam quickly realized what he was doing. He sat up, growing even more red in the face. I giggled before sitting up and caressing his cheek with a knowing smile. He must have been nervous. I was too, but I wanted this to happen. I wanted to see him and give myself to him. I gently guided his head to me, kissing him slowly and bringing him back into the mood. It was okay to be nervous. We'd worked through this together. Sam let his vest slide down his arms and tossed it to the side before cradling my head in his hands and kissing me deeply. I felt heat rise in my body, making me undo the tie underneath my collar and release the buttons on my own shirts. Oh God. Quickly I removed my shirt and vest, making Sam stop kissing me and stare in slight surprise. Holy fuck. I was simply in a bra. But I could feel a blush invade my cheeks. Yeah, and your reader too. My shy side began to fester in my mind. Did I really want this? To undress before a demon? No, this was the man I loved, and yet I felt my innocence drape over me in almost shame. As if he knew, Sam gently caressed my cheeks, smiling before moving his own shirt and revealing his chest. Okay, well this is good. This is not like all woohoo student deal, so that's good. Sam gently held me in his arms. Sam gently held me in his arms, constantly looking to make sure I was okay. It warmed my heart to see him being concerned, but I knew that our hearts needed to be fulfilled. Sam pulled me close, knowing I was still shy, and began to kiss my lips over and over. Each kiss was promised to keep me safe, keep me comfortable, love me. I kept my arms wrapped around Sam, taking each kiss he gave and giving him my own kisses in return. I didn't know if it was the fact he was both top, nude, or maybe I was craved his touch, but I didn't want to let him go. However, as he held me, I could slightly feel the shiver of his hands. Was I his first? He wasn't going to tell me. He wanted me to enjoy this moment, but was afraid of screwing up. His shivering hand showed me his emotions perfectly. As he laid me down and knelt over me, Sam smiled and finally embraced me as we both desired. The pleasure between us would be heavenly and we'd go through it together. I closed my eyes and gave myself to Sam. My mind, my body, my soul, and a lot of order there, it all belonged to him as he held me. His body, his mind, his soul, it all belonged to me as I gave into his embrace. His kisses and fingers over my skin would forever engrave themselves into my memory as our passion rose through incredible heights. Our breaths and moans to each other equally sounded and echoed like a blissful chant we never wished to end. We kept moving, loving feelings every inches of our bodies until we had enough and I was enveloped in his embrace. Skin to skin, heartbeats matching, he held each other in the glow of the aftermath. I nuzzled my head under Sam's chin as he held me close.
I love you.
I love you too. Good Lord. Just to hear those words come from Sam's mouth made my heart flutter. To hear me answer made my soul warm in glee. I could feel both of us sink into a peaceful sleep together. It was the best sleep I had in days, and I was happy. I had loved, and I had my happiness. My life was simply perfect. When I opened my eyes, I found myself staring into Sam's bare chest. I blushed, but looked up to see Sam still sleeping. His sleepless face made me giggle softly, but the reality of the situation made my heart flutter. I couldn't believe it. I was lying next to the man I had grown to love with all of my heart. His warmth and breath made me feel safe, and as the tender moments we just shared replayed in my head, I couldn't help but smile and snuggle into the chest further. Unconsciously, he held me tighter to his body, giving me more of his warmth. I didn't want to move, but then my core suddenly tightened and made me sit up. Without making the man next to me, I felt my legs move and bring me to the balcony window, where I opened the glass and stepped out into the patio. I stared wide-eyed at Diana. Oh, here we go again. Oh, shit. Who sat cross-legged on the railing of my balcony with her glowing red-eyed stare upon me. I opened my mouth to object, but Diana stopped me.
Before you get all huffy, I didn't come here to take your precious man away. By the way, how was it exactly? Demons are the best lovers, after all.
Look at that smile. I glared. What do you want, Diana?
Well, I just wanted to see how you truly feel. You know, without him around to influence you.
What are you talking about?
I'm giving you an opportunity to come clean about these feelings of yours and to give you your salvation.
What was Diana up to? This was beyond crazy. Nothing she had done made sense. Why was I still alive at this rate? What's keeping you from just killing me and taking them?
You are not worth my time.
Not worth your time? What are you afraid? Something might happen? At once, I felt my body being lifted into the air, moved over past the railing, leaving me with nothing but the ground below to threaten me with a collision death.
Oh, trust me, dear. I'm not afraid to kill you. I can drop you right now and leave your body to rot until the morning, when the boys would find you.
I wanted to speak, but the thought of her letting go and letting me fall to my death scared my voice into silence. Diana then chuckled and wheeled my body back to the balcony. setting me down gently.
Alas, if I kill you, then the boys would never come with me willingly back to the demon world, and then I'd have to chase them all around the world, or kill them and drag them back. But then their father wouldn't be happy, and blah blah blah. Too much work.
Diana seemed very business-oriented, as if the boys were cargo more than men. It irked me, but she then smiled.
I'm giving you one chance to denounce your love for the demon in your bed, and let me take him and the other boys back to the demon world.
And why, may I ask, would I do that?
There are so many reasons why, actually. There's the reason that he's a demon and you're a human, so you two can never truly have a happily ever after. Then there's the reason that demons truly do not know how to love, despite what he may proclaim. The list goes on and on. The point is, if you give me the boys, I will promise you eternal happiness.
Eternal happiness?
That's right. I have the power to give you anything you desire. Power, men, women, money, fame. Name it, and it's yours. A demon never goes back on their word, and I have the power to obtain anything you wish. Our deal is our contract.
I could only stare in shock. This was a dream. It had to be. However, Diana smiled, an almost genuine smile at me, shaking me to the reality of the situation. She would never smile like that.
Don't you wish to be free of your destiny? Your father constantly berating you to become the next CEO of your grandfather's company.
How did you... I almost floored in surprise. How did Diana know all of this? She was a succubus. Yes, but how could she know anything beyond sexual desires? She wasn't dating. Diana chuckled and leaned back against her arm.
Just because I play with hearts and sex doesn't mean I don't know my way around the human mind. You happen to be an open book of information, but I digress. I can give you your freedom with ease. It'll be like you were always meant to have it. All I ask is that you hand over the boys. What do you say?
Was I seriously being given this choice? The man I loved for anything I wanted. A demon like Diana was powerful enough, yes, but did I even want to consider giving up the man I loved? Hail to the no! She must have been crazier than I thought, I glared. Absolutely not. Diana sighed and stood up onto the railing. What I was expecting was her lifting me into the air. I tried to scream, but my voice suddenly became locked in silence. What was Diana doing? Diana made me float over to her, and she smirked as we touched noses.
Well, if I can't return home with the boys, I might as well return home with the power to fight back.
Oh dear. Diana finally leaned in and kissed me. I shut my eyes, feeling the need to bite her lips. But finding no muscles in my face, listening to my mental commands, what did she do to me? I didn't want to enjoy it, but every single nerve in my body was flaring in excitement and pleasure as she kissed me. I felt my energy drain slowly but forcefully from my body. Was she using her magic to force energy out of my body? It seemed like forever, but finally Diana pulled away from the kiss with a smile and licked her lips. She lowered me back onto the patio and chuckled. For some reason, even though nothing seemed to have changed, she looked stronger, powerful. It was almost like looking at a new Diana. Diana then stepped back off the railing, making me catch my breath in my throat as she took another step away from me. She looked to me simply, walking on the night air. Diana smirked at me suddenly, at my sudden surprise.
May you never regret your choice, human. If you do, I'll happily come and take it away.
With a flick of her hair, Diana turned and walked away into the night, fading into the darkness like a shadow. I watched her fade away before looking back to the man in my bed. Did I make the right choice? My heart gave a gentle thump, giving me my answer. I did, and I will never forget it for as long as I live. I walked back inside and gently crawled back into bed, while the embrace of the safest arms I knew snuggled close to the warmth before closing my eyes. I was happy. The rest of the story can almost be passed over. With Diana gone, my life returned to normal with school and my friends, not remembering what had happened. It was as if magic never even appeared in my world. One thing was for certain, however. Sam loved me, and I loved him just as much. We had promised our lives to each other, and nothing was going to take that away from us, not even time itself. Our love was so powerful, it practically overwhelmed me with joy every time I found him holding me close every morning. To think, a demon in love with a human like me, it was unthinkable, unbelievable. It was practically impossible. Whew. But it was true. The other boys decided to leave of their own accord. They knew that my future would only need Sam at my side, so they each decided to start their own lives in the human world. Sam understood perfectly, wishing his brothers the best. Besides, Sam had someone new to care for now. His brothers didn't need to worry about him now that he was caring for me. I felt bad as well for being closer to Sam than the others, but they reassured me that I was okay and that they would remain nearby should I ever need them. I was happy for that. They made me promise, however, that I would love Sam for as long as we lived. That promise was instantly given. But what of my future? Well, it was kind of made for me before I graduated. Sam decided to step into the light of the Anderson Toy Company, and with the help of his demon's powers and leadership charisma, he managed to influence not only the entire board, but my father as well, into letting him run this for CEO. I was beyond shocked. How James managed to do all that was beyond me, but when the votes was called, James had taken over the company I was destined to have. He vowed to respect the wishes of the late CEO and help the company become an even grander company. For a demon, it was simple to make a company grand. My grandfather would have been proud to see how James helped it shine. With the CEO position filled, my father had no choice but to let me decide my future, which made me happy beyond compare. No longer would I have the future scaring me into a corner. I could choose my life on my own. That being said, I was still scared of where the future was going to take me. What did I want to do? Did I want to help James build the company? Did I want to venture off on my own? Sam reassured me that he would support me and help me through whatever I decided to do. I was grateful and would never forget that promise. I was happy, and nothing could shake me down from that happiness. One afternoon, a good couple of years after the boys and I had met, I had a moment to myself. So I wandered my house and took in all that had happened as if it was all a dream. The demons, the devils, the magic, it was all surreal to believe. It almost frightened me to think that it could have been all a dream. But the warm feeling in my heart reminded me that it was all real. The demons, the magic, the love I had, all real. I smiled as I held my hand in my chest, relishing in the feelings dancing within my soul. I let out a happy sigh before looking up and seeing where I had wandered to. I realized that I was standing in the hallway near my bedroom. I guess I didn't wander far.
Jeez, how the hell did I end up here?
He got lost? Oh no. I stopped at the sound of Sam's voice. It sounded distant, but yet he was clear as day. I looked around to land my sights on an open window. He must have been on the roof again. I tiptoed over and listened further, wanting to know what he meant.
It's been years and I still can't believe I'm here. To think I wanted to leave in the first place. I'm such an idiot.
I smiled. I quickly remembered when we had first met. He was my first kiss, after all.
And I, of course, had the worst first impression ever. Why the hell did I do that?
I stifled my giggles. He was thinking of the kiss, too. I know she stifled, but I'm just laughing my ass off. Ah, frig. It was adorable to hear his reminiscing and mentally slapping himself.
Meh, I guess I can't take back the past. I can only make sure she gets what she deserves from now on.
Huh? Yeah, I'm lost in confusion too. I'm surprised this is still going, really. I thought, it's gonna show me that whole thing. I was gonna have to use a skip and say, that's the end. I didn't understand. He already gave me everything I wanted. He was practically mine already. What more could he give me?
Alright, Sam. No more fuck-ups. I'll call up James and learn how to be a proper man. I need to be strong enough to support her no matter what comes our way.
I could not believe what I was hearing. Sam was willing to change for me? I felt both honored and guilty. Uh-oh. I didn't want him to change. I loved him for him. No one else. I quickly went to the window and stepped up to grab the rooftop. Thank God I had upper body strength. My suddenly hand placement scared Sam.
What the?
Fast-paced reaction Sam has, I swear. Help me up, Sam. Sam looked down at me in surprise before grabbing my arm and lifting me up to the roof with him. However, I landed once again in his lap with his arms around me. Figures.
What the hell are you doing? And how long were you there?
Long enough to hear everything, Sam. I don't want you to change. Sam stared, looking lost at what to say at my words, as I caressed his cheeks with a smile. It was true, though. He had faults, sure, but who didn't? I enjoyed his company and adored every part of his personality. Sam gently moved his head and buried his face in my palm, closing his eyes and absorbing what I had said. He gently opened his eyes, practically staring past my head.
You do realize that I'm a brute, right? That was my nickname in the Abyssal Plains. I'm a brute. A monster. I'm not what someone can really want.
Sam finally looked to me, a look of hopelessness in his eyes. You're what I want. You're not a brute, and you're not a monster. I gently guided Sam's face down with my hands and kissed him softly, reminding him of my touch and reaffirming my words. He stared at me as if his greatest wish had come true. I fought back a giggle at the sight. Sam gently pulled me to him, hugging me to his chest. I nuzzled into Sam's chest, hearing his gentle heartbeat and memorizing its tempo.
You've chained the monster deep inside this sick and sinful body of mine.
Okay. He's singing. Aw, that's cute. You know the song. Sam chuckled softly, the sound of his laughter sending happy waves down my spine. Sam smiled down at me and kissed the top of my head.
It's your ringtone, doofus. I've practically memorized it.
I smiled and giggled up at Sam. It was adorable to see him like this. I then felt bold and straightened up to tower Sam a little.
Hey, what are you...
I simply smiled before kissing Sam's forehead, then very gently over his eyelid. I love you, Sam. Sam held me and closed his eyes. I could tell he didn't want to let me go.
I love you too.
Didn't want to wake up if this was indeed a dream. I felt light as a feather, not wanting to ever let go of this man in my arms. There were no words that could describe the emotion within me. I felt joy, happiness, ecstatic high, all at once. Here I was holding the man I would be with forever, under the beautiful orange sky on the roof of my mansion. I had gained the heartbeat of a demon, no, of a man I loved. I vowed to cherish him and love him for the remainder of my days and beyond. Could a demon love a human forever? I knew Sam would, and that was my happily ever after. Alright! Yay! We got it! Woo! Okay. So that's the end. That's the true ending of Sam. Ain't that cute? Okay, so we're gonna put that right here. And we're gonna go back. And we have unlocked the password, Demon War. And that is the Demon War of the, we're gonna go back there very soon. Ta-da! Okay. Woo! Is this gonna give me an animation or something? If it does, I'm gonna have to stop it. Okay, I'm gonna stop that there just in case. Okay, so in the bonus thing, I think I'll read that in the next episode. But for right now, I'll show you guys what I have unlocked. Right now, with James, I have unlocked all his. This one is the easiest one to unlock. This is the first picture that we get. When you're making it with Mr. James. And when he comes to defend you. This is the ending you get when you're with James. You get him proposing to you. That is like, holy shit. Because that is a big question. Holy cow. And this is the one where you get when you're making whoopee. But that's what I got from Mr. James here. Now I haven't tried them all yet. Each one has a different ending and a different story, but I really wanted to get Sam since we were playing this story. And I came into here and like, oh, that wasn't his true ending. I gotta find his true ending. So making sure you get the green heart in whatever color that they are, that's the choice you want to make. So if you saw any of the reds that we get from for when we're choosing choices, that's what we want to get. That's all I know anyway. So if you guys enjoyed Seduce Me the Otome with me and this bonus episode that I'm giving you guys of Sam, and if you want to check out the other episodes, or if you want me to check out the other episodes, just give me a like down below. Drop me a comment too, because that really tells me. I'm expecting 10 comments, and that's when I'll know I got people that want me to continue on this lovely little series. I also do know that there is going to be a Seduce Me the Otome Part 2. I am looking forward to playing that one also, and unlocking all of these characters. If I don't get 10 comments down below, then I'm not gonna continue this. I'm just gonna do something else and just play this at my leisure. But thank you guys very much, and I will see you guys in another video. And hopefully soon I'll be able to figure out how to hook up my PlayStation to my brand new computer, so all the connections will be great, and I can continue on with that with a Summoner 2. I am looking forward to finishing that as well. So with that being said, I will see you guys later. Talk to y'all later. See ya!